Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and yes, I finished a series on this channel recently, so yeah, I'm starting up a new one for you guys to enjoy. Which I really hope that you enjoy this one. What if Naruto opened the gate of alchemy and gained all alchemist abilities? Part 1 guys. If you enjoy seeing 1 see part 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, yes, go ahead and comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. And also guys, stay tuned for the rest of what is coming your way over Anime King 2 and Anime King 3. If you're new, yes, you heard that correctly, I indeed have 3 channels. Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, and yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode start? The intro. Kill the demon! That was a shout of the people that were chasing after him. Naruto ducked down a manhole to get away from the people that were chasing him on his 8th birthday. All I wanted to do was to get some food. Is that so wrong? The young blonde, as his clothes was covered in dirt, said as he stumbled down the sewer path. His right arm was hanging down to his side, the kunai that was stuck in his shoulder, preventing him from moving it, and the kunai was out of reach for his good arm. He could not hear the pursuers anymore. He prayed that maybe he had given up. As he looked around, he was totally lost, and he did not see a ladder leading up anymore. "Where am I?" he said. As he walked, slowly his eyes started to adjust to the darkness. Unknown to the boy, they were no bright gold, and he could see a lot more better as he made his way. He staggered around. His arms were totally numb. The laceration on his back and legs had closed up as he shuddered because he was cold. "Remind me of the time when I was locked in that freezer at the store. If the old man hadn't come to find me, I would have frozen to death." The blonde thought to himself as he continued to walk. He never noticed it as he stumbled and fell through an illusional wall. He shrieked as he suddenly fell. Luckily, he landed on his good arm, but it still caused him pain. He grit his teeth. It took him a few moments to get his bearings in before he pulled himself up. "Where the hell am I?" he muttered. Globes sprang to life as they sensed his movements. The place was bigger than his apartment, but it was dirty, thick layer of dust and cobwebs. No one has been there for a long while. As he moved further into the chamber, the globes all sprang into life as he saw a desk next to a large series of shelves with scrolls on them, a lot of them. There was a table with writings on it, but he couldn't make out what it was because of all the dust and cobwebs. As Naruto continued to walk until he found a kitchen. While dirty, it put the one that he had in his apartment to shame. As Naruto stepped inside, to his utter shock, the place was still operating, and it was also cold. Even the stove, while it was dirty, it still worked. As Naruto looked around, there was a bed in there as well that was breaking down from age, it seems. But an idea popped into his head. No one knew that this place is here. I could be safe here, he thought to himself, as he saw a stairway in the back. As he climbed up, as he found a metal door, opening it, he found himself opening a hatch that was not far away from the academy. The door was perfectly disguised as Naruto smiled. If no one had found it so far, no one will. As it was not far away from the Hokage's tower, it was settled. His smile was huge until he grazed near the alley wall with the kunai in his shoulder as it caused him pain as he covered his mouth so he wouldn't scream with his good hand. As he stepped out of the alley, as the hidden path was completely blocked. No one would notice. Better get to the old man to take care of this, said Naruto as he looked towards kunai. In the office, Sir Toby sighed as he puffed onto his pipe. And to think, I didn't need to use a fire technique, he thought to himself, as he was able to complete his paperwork. His day had been filled with council meetings in the morning, only for him to come back to his office and find it filled with important paperwork that he needed to sign. I wanted to check on Naruto today, but I just didn't have the time. Hiruzen thought with regret. He was denied access to join the academy by the council. As Hiruzen clenched his fist by that, those people was trying everything to make the boy life a living hell. He doubted even if Naruto went to the academy, that they would judge him fairly, and Hiruzen couldn't be everywhere at once. As he glanced towards the picture right on the wall of his successor, who died 8 years ago, Minato, you'd be deeply disappointed how this village treated the boy. As Sir Toby heard yelling outside, he added chakra to his ears to enhance his hearing. I don't care, Brett. You're not going in there. The familiar tone of one of his secretaries said. Sir Toby shook his head as he already knew who she was talking to. There was only one person that gave that tone of voice. They all failed to see the hero that the boy was. I don't care what you say, you old hag. I need to see the old man. The familiar voice of Naruto, he heard. I said get out of here, you brat, or I will give you a matching wound. Sir Toby snapped out of his chair when he heard that, as he pushed the door open. The woman was startled when she saw Sir Toby, believing that he wouldn't hear what was going on, as she had a kunai in her hand. Hiruzen gave her a look, as the woman felt frightened, judging by the way that she dropped the kunai. He waved his hand as he would not let this go unpunished, as the Anvu dropped down next beside him. Take her to Ibiki, said Hiruzen. The woman was knocked unconscious before she could utter a single word of protest, as the Anvu took her away, as Hiruzen then turned towards the boy. Only to look startled as he saw the kunai near Naruto's shoulder, and Naruto's arm looking blue. Another Anvu appeared beside him after he gave the signal. Get my personal physician here, and tell her to bring her full kit. Immediately, Hiruzen said. The Anvu flashed away, as Naruto walked over on shaky legs. Hey old man, he said, as Hiruzen crouched down in front of the boy. I've had a hell of a day, said Naruto. Sir Toby didn't know if he wanted to laugh or cry. At the state that Naruto was in, Naruto, I'm going to remove the kunai. It will hurt. Let's do it, said Naruto as he closed his eyes. I trust you, as he leaned to the old man. Hiruzen held on to the boy, as he swiftly removed the kunai. As Naruto cried in pain. I'm sorry, said Hiruzen, as he held on tightly to the boy. It's okay, said Naruto. I knew you never meant to hurt me. As Naruto's body started to finally give in, as he felt himself losing consciousness. Old man, said Naruto. Yes, Naruto? I'm tired. As Naruto fell asleep right on the man. As Hiruzen took him inside and rested him on the couch. As his physician came, she immediately got to work. As Hiruzen saw there was a frown on her face, something was wrong. Dr. Hibashi. She hated giving the Hokage bad news, especially about this blonde child. As much as people hated him, he was just a normal child, and the old man really cared for him. Hokage-sama, the amount of damage done by the kunai to his shoulder is not healing. It's like there was acid or poison that damaged the tendons or muscles beyond repair. I had to sew up the wound because it wasn't healing like the wounds in the past. Sir Toby looked down towards the unconscious boy as he felt a pain gripped his heart. As the man clenched his fist, Naruto did not deserve any of this. Is there any chance? Hiruzen asked. As the woman shook her head. No, maybe if Tsunade was here and could perform a surgery. But it's beyond my skills as a healer. The arm is useless. I'm sorry, Lord Hokage. But Naruto Uzumaki is crippled for life. As Sir Toby closed his eyes in rage and sadness, he wanted to rage at the village that always attack and try to harm the boy who saved their life and always continued to save them. None of them deserve what Minato did for them, risking his life to save theirs by stealing the beast away in his child. Because look what they did to his child. He really hoped when their time came that they would suffer a cruel, miserable afterlife. To do this to a young, poor, innocent boy. Meanwhile, drip. That was all that Naruto could hear. What the hell? He looked around. Didn't I just go to Hokage's tower? Why am I in a sewer again? Said Naruto as he looked around. He could swear that he just saw the old man. He moved his arm. But his arm was fine now. Huh. So where was he? As he wondered if Ibo-chan was the one that fixed his arm. As he had liked the doctor woman the first time he saw her, she was so kind to him. The other doctor seemed to ignore him whenever he was in hospital about her. She was always checking over him and asking questions, and always poking him to see if he was any pain. And when there was not, she gave him a smile, as she told him that he will be just fine. As Naruto glanced up to see thick pipes, blue light and red light passing through them, and golden pipes were wrapped around boats. The golden pipes were pulsing ominously, as Naruto felt a weird vibes coming from them, but he didn't understand as he kept on walking. I don't remember seeing a tunnel like this under Konoha before, as he had been in a lot of sewers and he never saw one like this before. This one was new. He wasn't sure where he was, as there was water underground as he kept on walking and moving. That is when he came upon a large, massive cage with a weird paper in the center. "Hello?" said Naruto. "Is someone there?" As he heard movements inside, he watched as eyes opened, eyes so large that they dwarf him. "Finally, you've come to visit me, I see," a voice said, as Naruto froze. The voice sounded deep and kind of dark. "Do not worry, child. I won't hurt you, but we have much to discuss," as the eyes lowered themselves down. Who are you?" said Naruto, as he felt fear wash over him. The eyes were golden red slits, as a chuckle could be heard. "I have many names. I'll use the one I'm sure that you know though." The figure moved out of the shadows, as Naruto saw the massive head. "I am the Kyuubi, but I prefer if you call me Ed." As Naruto blinked in confusion at that. He was scared at first, but Ed? What kind of name is Ed for a giant fox that is almost big as the Hokage's tower? The fox eyes twitch. "It's mine, you little snot." As Naruto chuckled, "Sorry about that furball," he said. "Don't get your tails in a knot." Naruto had this coping method. He made jokes when he was scared as hell, and the fox eyes really freaked him out. But the name Ed kind of sounded funny, so he made a joke about it to calm himself. "I am not small, you snot." Naruto cut him off. "I never said that you were small." As the fox paused. "Oh, right. Yeah, I have a short temper, you see." "Where are we?" said Naruto, confused. "We're inside of you, kid." "What?" said Naruto as he looked down, as he started to touch himself. As that made the fox laugh. "Not like that. You fell unconscious after you arrived at the Hokage's tower." "I'm sorry, kid, but I can't repair the arm. There was a weird poison on it that resulted in muscle damage. The muscle is dead." As Naruto was confused. "What?" "My arm is fine," he said, as he flexed his arm. "Yeah, because we're in your head, kid. Once you return to the waking world, you will be in pain and the arm is dead," said the Kyuubi, now going by the name Ed. "But we'll talk about that later. First off, we have much to talk about. Since you're here." "Yeah? Why are you alive?" said Naruto. "And why are you inside of me?" "Your father, the fort." Wait, said Naruto. "My father? What fort? Do you mean the Fort Hokage?" As a sweat drop appeared at the fox's side of his head. "Huh, I think we're related somehow. He acts like me sometimes," the fox thought to himself, as Naruto snapped his gaze back to the fox, who was grinning. "That will have to be explained later. But first, let's talk," the fox said, as Naruto sat down, as the fox motioned for him to do so. As Naruto looked up, "Now my story began a long time ago. I came to this world when I was human. I passed through the gate." "Gate? What gate?" said Naruto, confused. "Be quiet and I'll tell you," said Ed. "No more questions until I'm done, okay? Now, as I was saying, I passed through the gate, as some call them the gate of truth, or the gate of alchemy. Opinions vary. I woke up in this world, where many people were the same, but everything was different. The world was at war, not like you shinobis perform, but similar to it, was waging my own, like with guns and other alchemy of war. I will skip the boring details of my attempt to return home. It happened for a short time, and with my brother, we stopped the invasion from our world. However, we closed the gate with us on this side, permanently stuck here. As Naruto heard the sadness in his voice, I was a fool. My experiments cost me, and in the end I found out the ultimate price that I had to pay for sealing the gate's passage. I was no longer mortal. I gained the one thing many in my world fought and died for, but I never wanted it. While I remained the same, I watched my brother Al slowly age and died. After his death, I threw myself into studying alchemy. It was different here. It took me 200 years to make the proper connection and be able to use it as I once had. My arrogance was as bad as Dante's and my father's. Naruto had no idea who those people were. He wanted to ask about them, but he felt like now was not the time, because he kinda felt sorry for Demon Fox. There was so much sadness in his tone as he spoke to him. Not to mention he lost his world, his home and his family. He was just like me, Naruto thought to himself as he looked towards the fox. By that time, kid, I was sad to say the world was in ruins. The war had had a drastic effect on the world. The fools that were in charge tried to force alchemy, reaction instead of weapons, and it backfired. Their ultimate bomb became a planet cleanser. I survived for over centuries until life began once more. In order to survive, I transformed myself. I mixed alchemy and magic, and I became a fox demon. Sadly, I was never able to find a way back, as that surprised Naruto. For my arrogance, I am as I should be. Know this, kid, everything has a price. So, let me skip a couple of centuries, and let's come to the current events. A ninja had entered my valley and stole priceless research I have been doing to reverse my immortality and transformation. I tracked the ninja back to this village, but before I could even state my intentions, I was immediately attacked. Granted, I may have got carried away in retaliation, but some of their attacks hurt like hell. I kinda went berserk, and in the end, the fourth sealed me inside of you, his son, to stop the attack from both me and the village. He apologized, as my soul was ripped out and placed inside of you. He and I had taught me in time. When he was a kid, I met him when he was younger. Because of my anger, I fought someone I considered a friend, and that's the reason why he died. And your life has been sent to hell since you were born, and it's all my fault. As the fox lowered his head, as Naruto got to his feet, the fox was not looking up at him. Naruto wasn't sure what to say, but he knew what suffering was like. As Naruto walked through the bars and hugged the demon's snout. Kid, said Ed, surprised. I forgive you, Ed-san, said Naruto, showing off that childish charisma that he had, with a smile on his face. For the first time in over 1,000 years, a tear came to the fox's eye, looking at this kid in front of him. As Naruto realized that both of them had suffered, and compared to his loneliness, Ed had suffered a lot more. After both returned back to their positions, the fox looked down towards the boy. Well, we'll have to make some changes. First thing, you will need to study. What do you mean? I study all the time, said Naruto. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I know you're a lot smarter than you let on, kid. I've seen those homemade bombs, those paper tags. You're much smarter than you let on, but you do not show it at all. So stop hiding your intelligence. It's not good for anyone. Secondly, new clothes. But the fox cut him off. Will sneak out of the village to that Tanzuka town. Also, the idea you had about that sword then. We're in luck. I'm amazed that it hasn't been touched in years. What do you mean? Said Naruto, confused. Long before Konoha was founded here, there was another civilization here. And the fact that it's still here, and just a bit dusty, it's a bonus for both of us, kid. Don't worry about not getting to Ninja Academy right now. I'll teach you everything that I can. I'll teach you how to brew elixirs, transmute lead into gold. I will teach you long combat skills that are long forgotten. What do you say, kid? Naruto was surprised. His own personal teacher. Where do we begin? After you wake up, I think the old man's worried about you a great deal. And kid? Yeah? Tell the old man what is going on. I trust him. After the den is cleaned up, you can invite him down there. I think we'll have some protection by then. Not to mention we'll see about that arm as well. Naruto nodded. So how do I... He was gone. As Naruto groaned, pain, there was a lot of it. As there was so much pain. It hurts, said Naruto. Naruto, said Hiruzen. Hey JJ, said Naruto. He tried to settle himself up, but he realized how unbalanced he was, with the loss of an arm. Stay still, Naruto. You're badly hurt. There are some things I need to talk to you about. Yeah, me too, said Naruto. Why didn't you tell me that the kid was stealing at me? And not to mention my father was the one to do the stealing. Hiruzen blinked at least 100 times. For all the things that Hiruzen expected to hear from Naruto, those questions were not in the top 100. I'm getting too old for this shit, he thought to himself, as he heard Eboshi gasp. As he realized that she was still here. Time skip. Say that again, said Hiruzen. You said that you spoke with the Kyuubi. As Naruto nodded as he was feasting on some ramen, as Hiruzen had got him something to eat for him to fill his stomach a bit. As Naruto discussed everything that happened while he was unconscious, it was a bit weird to eat with only one arm, to maneuver things around. Well, one arm was what he used to eat anyway, but still, it felt weird now. Eboshi had placed his useless right arm in a sling. As Sarutobi decided to tell him everything, about the seal and about his decision to give him a stable life, about the council, everything that happened to him so far, and why there were certain reasons why people didn't like him. As he revealed everything to the boy, there was no reason in hiding it right now. I won't be a target for their stupidity anymore. I'm running away, said Naruto. Hiruzen's eyes went wide, until Naruto elaborates where exactly he was going. Hiruzen scratched the back of his head. There was a secret bunker in the village? As he was surprised about that. As Hiruzen looked towards Naruto's arm, he was still angry about that. He will find whoever did this to him, and he would make them suffer for it. Ed Sensei told me that there might be a way to give me a new arm, said Naruto. If you could give me the academy material, and make it be so I show up on the final exams. The council won't like this, said Hiruzen, so I'll give you everything that you need, said Hiruzen. As it was always good to him to make those bastards suck it. And I want you to come to my family estate once a week, so I can check up on you and make sure that you're okay, and have Eboshi look over you as well. As Naruto nodded, Ed Sensei suggests that I head out of Konoha, so I can get more reasonable things, seeing that they always overprice me. As that was a good idea. Along with your allowance, I will add on the price that was going to the apartment. What will you tell the council, old man, said Naruto. I will tell them that you're under the care of a personal retainer, because you were badly wounded by several villagers. Naruto nodded as he started to eat once again. You still haven't told me where exactly you're going, Naruto. Can you wait until I cleaned up, said Naruto. Do you really feel this place will be better for you, Hiruzen asked. Yes, said Naruto. Hiruzen stroked his beard. After this latest attack, I prefer that you not be alone. I agree, but I don't know who I can trust, said Naruto. There were some ninjas in the crowd, said Naruto, as he lowered the chopsticks towards the board. As Hiruzen couldn't let Naruto see him losing his chill right now, but the man was mad. To think that his own ninjas would go out of their way to attack a child like this, it angered him. As he saw the sadness in Naruto's eyes, but Naruto escaped over it as he decided to change the topic. Old man, Ed Sensei said that you will teach me the art of alchemy. And he said I can use to get a new arm, said Naruto. As Hiruzen had heard about that art, something that was said to be here a long time ago, but it went extinct. As people had forgotten about the art, something that could rarely be used by only a few special individuals, do you think? How does he plan on doing that? Said Hiruzen, as he was curious about this Kyuubi and his motives. I'm not sure, said Naruto. I'll talk to him some more when I go to sleep. Oh, I can use help getting some sleep enrolled in a few things. As Hiruzen lowered his head, once again feeling shame, as the kid's apartment was firebombed by those damn villagers. I'll be right back, Naruto, he said. As Sarutobi stepped outside as he gave his envoys orders to go to Naruto's apartment, get everything, and not to mention get the academy roster. He then summoned Inu, which was Kakashi Hatake, the envoy captain. As Hiruzen had looked over the roster on who was supposed to be watching over Naruto, And it was in you. In you. Why didn't you help him? As Harrison's eyes seemed to be calm as he looked towards the Anvu, who had a slack in his step. It was so quick that Kakashi could not react as he was slammed viciously against the wall as he was being held by his throat. Harrison radiated the killer intent that would bring powerful individuals to their knees as Kakashi couldn't breathe. Not because of the hand over his throat, but the killer intent was just so much. That boy in there lost his arm. Because you cannot see past your blind, foolish hatred. You did not only fail your duty I gave you, you also fail your sensei's son because of you. Naruto will never become a ninja. Kakashi was frozen when he heard that. Sensei's son. But he died. The Kyuubi. Kakashi was cut off as Harrison squeezed his throat. You are a blind, stupid man. You follow those fools and I allow it to go on. But this time, you made things go too far. As Harrison kept on squeezing until he released him as Kakashi dropped to the ground, gasping for breath, his mind spinning with so much things. Sensei's son? I wasn't going to reveal this piece of information, but now you know. Think about your actions and what you have caused today, Kakashi. Get out of my sight! As Kakashi was forced to leave, as Harrison entered back inside. No, the voice of Hibashi said. A proper diet. You're too short for your age. What? I'm not so little, said Naruto, as he paused. As Hibashi tilted her head. Sorry about that, said Naruto. Ed Sensei is very sensitive. And when you said I was short, he started to rant. What was that called again? Feedback, she said. Yeah, that's what it is, said Naruto. Harrison looked over as he saw Naruto actually smiling, and the bowls of ramen were finished. Now Naruto, she's right. You need to eat healthier. But ramen is food. Junk food, Hibashi said. If I have to, I'll do your grocery shopping every week. Because all that ramen is not good for you. As Naruto frowned at that. That would be a good idea, Harrison said. Naruto, I've sent envoys to your apartment to collect your stuff. And I sent out for the scrolls and all the techniques that you would need. Thank you, old man, said Naruto. The woman at the library never let me in. She even shredded the new pass that you gave me. As Harrison placed his arm behind his back, so Naruto could not see him clenching his fist. As he gave Naruto a smile though, as he patted him on the head. Once you get your new place set up, I want a seat. We will work out things for you. I promise you this. You will not get mistreated again. The old man's right about that, kid. Ed Sensei, said Naruto. No, it's a cookie monster. How much people do you think you have in your kid? Of course it's me. I don't know. Maybe I have someone else. I didn't know that you were in me until a minute ago, said Naruto. As Ed realized that Naruto was completely serious. Yeah, sorry about that. I tend to get a bit sarcastic. Now, listen to the old man. I think he wants to say something important to you. As Naruto saw two of them looking at him. Sorry about that. I was talking to Ed Sensei, said Naruto. Naruto, is he planning to escape Harrison asks? As Harrison wanted to know if the fox had said anything about that. I don't know. Hold on. Hey, Ed Sensei. Huh? What is it? Are you planning on escaping, Naruto asks? As the fox laughed. Oh hell no. That would not only kill you but kill me as well. We're tied together. And I owe you so much. Till the old man I give my solemn vow. I will not escape. Now leave me alone for a bit, I have some work to do. Your chakra system is all a mess. Naruto opened his eyes. He said that he gave his solemn vow he will not try to escape. Because if he tries, not only I will die, he will die as well. Time skipped. Under the cover of darkness, Naruto had slipped away from Hokage's tower. As he arrived to his new home. Man, said Naruto as he looked around. This is gonna take forever to clean. Yeah, before we do that, we're gonna need to get your arm. So while you sleep, I'm gonna do a data bump. A what? Said Naruto. Well, basically I'm going to cheat and give you the first 12 years of my life of alchemy. All the knowledge I possess by then. And give you also the secret to making auto-mail. We're going to exchange your dead arm, kid. I won't lie, it's gonna hurt like a bitch once we do it. You might want to have the old man and doctor around once we do it. He will be out for some time. This data thing, will there be some side effects? Would I become like you in Naruto acts? No, you'll have my knowledge, but you won't become me. I won't lie. Perhaps you might get some of my quirks, seeing that you're getting my IQ, but there shouldn't be any lasting damage, or any problem, I'm sure of it. As Naruto cleaned that area to lay out his sleeping bag, as he placed it down. Alright, Ed Sensei, I trust you, said Naruto. I'm gonna go to sleep now, see you in the morning. Yeah, see you in the morning, kid. Time skip. The week passed rather quickly. With the knowledge that Ed had pumped into Naruto's head, there were several things that he would need. He also cleaned his home as well. Not all of it, but most of it already. And Ed told him once they got his new arm, they would fix things up around here. As Naruto had asked, here's going to get the materials for him that he would need. But Naruto was confused. Ed Sensei, how exactly am I gonna create my new arm when I can't use my other arm to do it? Look in my memory, kid. Remember, when I was without the arm. As Naruto found the time when Ed had been human, and without his arm, it's possible to do alchemy without both arms. As long as you make contact. Oh, I see. That is why you had me prepare those alchemy circles on my bad arm. Right, now once we get the auto, male, arm made, we will take it to go and see the woman. We will explain it to him and the doctor, and draw the circle that we practice, okay? As Naruto had spent a week learning how to draw the circles, and learned that mere output of anything could mess up things. So he had to be careful and focused when he did it. But the knowledge helped a lot. Ed Sensei, are you sure I can do this? Said Naruto, as he had his doubts. Kid, trust me. I swear, all I did was give you my memories, to jumpstart things. The ability that you have would have made the general wet himself with envy. As Naruto had searched through Ed's memories as he saw the mistake that him and his brother Al had made. Their quests, searching for the stones, the undead, the mistake, the trials, everything they went through. By Friday, Naruto had everything ready, as he looked toward the circle in his work area. After placing all the items, he placed a hunk of metal that Ed had told him to find. Adamantium. Trust me, it will be a good thing to have it, Ed had told him, as Naruto had spent 2 days out of Konoha, hunkering in a cave where he had found the metal and not to mention jewels, as he never had to worry about starving again, as Harrison had sold them for him and gave the money to him. For just 3 of them he got so much money. He would have a heart attack if he saw the stash that we kept and the amount that you left in the cave, said Ed. As Naruto checked over the list several times. Naruto, the math is good, and you have everything ready. Sir, Ed Sensei, said Naruto. As Naruto stepped in front of him and clapped his left hand to his bone right, as he placed his hand on the chalk lines. The area was flooded with pale, white light. As Naruto watched in a transmutation circle, soon a skeleton shape of fingers, a forearm and an upper arm started to form. Keep focusing, said Ed, as he felt Naruto relaxing, as the metal slipped over the skeleton, as it perfectly bind around it, making it silky and smooth. But something wrong happened. Neither Ed or him was prepared when light shot out of the circle and slammed into Naruto's dead arm. What? No, said Ed. This is wrong. Briefly, as Ed screamed in pain, followed by Naruto, as something went wrong. Within Konoha, the sky darkened as lightning clashed in the heavens. Screams could be heard. In the tower, Naruto. That was a sound that came from the tower as Hibashi and Hiruzen rushed towards the window, as he heard the scream. This storm is not natural. Lightning was blue and purple in the heavens. What's going on? Hibachi said. Where is he? I don't know. He was gonna show me this weekend, said Hiruzen. Suddenly, Inu rushed into the office. Hokage-sama, a report is coming in. At ease, Inu. This is not the cable breaking loose. This is something else. Back with Naruto, Naruto was still screaming, his entire body felt like he was on fire. Ed Sensei, what's wrong? But he got no answer as he passed out. Naruto found himself in a void of nothing but white. Where am I? He said, as he looked around confused. Ed Sensei, Naruto called out, but he got no answer, as this was not his mind. As he saw a pair of massive doors, they cracked open as he saw eyes looking at him. Hello, who are you? Ed Sensei? Ed? You know Edward, Elric. A voice repeated from the door. Yeah, he's my sensei, Naruto. Is that so? Let me look at you, the voice said. Short, blonde, agnostious. Yes, you could be his descendant. Come closer, boy. My name is not boy, it's Naruto Uzumaki, said Naruto. As laughter could be heard, hundreds of them. Yes, you shall do, Naruto Uzumaki. You are the first to touch alchemy for so long. We shall embark upon you, a gift. Now brace yourself. And when you wake up, tell Ed that Ro says hello. What do you? Naruto screamed as black tentacles shot from the gate. Some of them impaled him and some of them wrapped around him. When you wake, you will be codenamed the Full Metal Fox Alchemist. The voice said with a smug tone. You will learn your gifts as needed. I'm sure that you and the runt, Elric, will get a bang out of them. As Naruto continued to scream as energy poured into him. Time skip. His eyes felt like they were being weighed down by the Hokage's monument. Kid. As Naruto blinked several times, he saw a two-tailed fox no bigger than one of the Inazaka pups. Wake up! Something went seriously wrong. Please, wake up! Sensei? As Naruto felt his throat, it was so dry. As Naruto stood up and ran his hand over his face. But it felt so cold. And why did he feel metal? As Naruto dragged his hand back and realized it was his broken arm. His arm. It worked. It doesn't even feel different. It worked. I'm the greatest, said Naruto. Think again, dope. As Naruto turned, as he saw the two-tailed fox glaring at him. Sensei? You baka! Look at me! As Naruto looked at the talking fox, he couldn't help it as he burst out laughing. The fox lost it as it leaped towards him. No, not the face. Not the face, said Naruto. Time skip. As Naruto glared at the damn fox, while his wounds healed rather quickly, his clothes looked like he was split through a buzzsaw. Those teeth hurt, Head, said Naruto, as he ripped off the remainder of his clothing and tossed it aside. As he took a moment to study his new arm and how it meshed with the flesh of his shoulder. Guess I'll have to wear sleeves from now on, said Naruto. If I take that off, will you promise not to bite me again, said Naruto, as the fox had a muzzle over it. As it was a muzzle covering its mouth. Blink twice if you agree. The fox glared at him for a long moment before it blinked twice. Alright, said Naruto as he undid the muzzle. I'm gonna kick your ass, as Naruto placed on back the muzzle. You know, for an all-powerful fox, you suck at the patient thing. As the fox just continued to glare. Now Ed, don't look at me like that. Yeah, I laughed. But come on, said Naruto. When I saw you in my mind, you were bigger than Hokage's tower. And when I opened that gate, and this freaky gate and these tentacles and a guy, calling himself Roy. He says hello, by the way. The fox eyes went wide at this as he motioned for Naruto to free him. You're not gonna bite me and scratch me again, are you? He shook his head. Alright, said Naruto, as he removed the muzzle. Did you see Roy? Roy Mustang? He didn't say a last name, but the fox cut him off. And you saw the gate? Was it open? What did you see? What happened? Hey, speak! Why aren't you telling me anything? As Naruto closed the fox's mouth with his hand. I would, but you keep on talking, said Naruto. And I want to know why you're not inside me again. I mean, why are you out? What's going on? But to answer your question, yeah, the gate was open. And there was so much voice echoing coming through it. The one that called itself Roy did something and was pierced by so many tentacles. And then I felt this energy flooding over me. And it was really painful, said Naruto. As Naruto saw the fox near his arm. What's wrong? As Naruto saw strange markings like tattoos. Oh boy, said Ed. I think we're in trouble. Time skip. As Harrison breathed a sigh of relief as Naruto stood in front of him. He was in black pants, a black shirt, long sleeve to be exact, as he was wearing black gloves over his hands. I'm glad to see that you're okay, Naruto. I was so worried. I thought you were going to perform the attachment before me and Eboshi to make sure nothing went wrong. Naruto sighed as he sat down. Well, that was the plan. But when I was making the arm, there was an instant. The gates of alchemy was waiting to meet me. The gates of alchemy, also known as the gates of truth, said to be the source of all alchemy power. It is said that an alchemist that sees the door can perform alchemy without use of a written circular tattoo, due to knowledge passed on from their exposure to the gates. The gates are sentient, And for some reason they passed on a lot of knowledge and power to me. They also gave me numerous abilities from past alchemists. As Naruto looked sad. What's wrong, said Hiruzen. They also separate Ed and I, said Naruto. They gave him a body. They did what? Hiruzen said, getting up. Easy, old man, said Naruto. Ed is no threat. Maybe to a squirrel or a rabbit. But he's no bigger than one of the Inazaka pups now. And he has no power. Besides, he's like a plushie with sharp teeth. Where is he then, Sarutobi said. I left him in the den. I thought it best to see you without putting your on guard in panic. Seeing that I would be walking with a mini fox on my shoulder. As Hiruzen narrowed his eyes at the boy, Naruto was so much more calmer. And smarter as well. So, you have Ed memories. Not all of them, just his alchemic knowledge. And some of his emotion at times. I don't have everything well. A bit of fashion sense at times, said Naruto as he looked down. And that's a good thing. As Sarutobi nodded, as Naruto results were an improvement. Well, I want Hibashi to check you over, Hiruzen said. We shall monitor you to make sure there are no side effects. Yeah, I can get that, said Naruto. So what are you gonna do now? I need time to study alchemy. And what about your ninja career, said Hiruzen. With a new arm you can return to classes. I got those scrolls and lesson that you gave me, said Naruto. If I could study independently and take the finals. You know, Naruto, no matter how you perform, due to attendance issues, you'll be ranked at the bottom of the class. Naruto nodded. I know, but if I don't learn about all my abilities, I could end up blowing up Konoha with a snap of my fingers. As Sarutobi had his pipe in his mouth, as he paused as he was about to light it, as Naruto snapped his finger, poof! As it was a bit too much, as the pipe melted. As Naruto chuckled nervously. Sorry about that, old man, said Naruto. See, I need to practice. Hiruzen removed the pipe from his mouth, as he also wiped the black smoke away from his face. Yeah, you definitely need to practice, Hiruzen said. Time skip. Oh my, Hibachi said, as she studied the new arm and the tattoos on it. Hey, quit gawking at me, you old hag, said Naruto. Gawking at you? Why would I look at a scrawny brat like you? You look a runt, she said. I am not a runt, you vile, vicious old hag, said Naruto. Those spots on your face can be used as a rule map towards the Fire Daimyo's castle. As Naruto was about to say more until Hiruzen placed a hand over his mouth, as he saw the woman about to lose her cool. Remember your healer's oath, Ebashi. She counted from 10 going down to calm herself. I see that you have gotten a new attitude as well, said Hiruzen. As Naruto looked down at his hands, Ed said there would be some bleep over. Emotional response. Sadly, it seems I got his issues added to my own. I'm gonna be doing some meditating. A lot of meditating, said Naruto. Sarutobi smiled. When meditation is good for balancing your chakra and organizing your thoughts and emotions. As Ebashi pulled out a needle, as Naruto flipped away. Where are you going with that mini sword, he asked. Now, Naruto, it's not a sword. You're due for your vitamin shots. Not to mention now that I have you here, I'm gonna make sure that your vaccinations are up to date. Oh hell no, said Naruto as he ran towards the door. As the woman was closer than him as she slammed it shut and stood in front of him. As Naruto turned towards the window. As Naruto slipped by Hiruzen and leaped on the window ledge. He was about to jump out until a hand grabbed him. I said, you're due for your shot. As Naruto looked up, how the hell was this old hag so fast? As she used a jutsu to seal the room, including the windows and doors. As people heard screams before his shots were given. Time skip. As Naruto was rubbing his butt, she gave him all of them in his butt. As Hiruzen couldn't help it, as he had to stifle the laughter when he saw the look on Naruto's face. As the woman drank her tea calmly. Now that we're finished with that, how far have you read along with the stuff I gave you, Naruto? Oh, as Naruto scratched his head, Naruto, how far have you read? Asked Hiruzen. As Naruto chuckled nervously. What did you do, said Hiruzen. I kind of sneaked into the office and read the big scroll that you have down there, and as Naruto formed a hand sign as poof, 10 clones appear in the office. I kind of start to memorize a lot of things. My brain just seemed to consume a lot of knowledge. Hiruzen's eyes twitched, knowing how dangerous that jutsu was. As Naruto dispelled the clones, Naruto said Hiruzen. Sorry, old man, said Naruto. Naruto, Ebashi said. The tattoo on your left arm, where did you get it? The tattoo came with a ritual. It's a gift from the gates of alchemists in Naruto, or one of the alchemists of the gates. Past alchemist user. A man from Ed's time when he was human, go by name Scar. The markings is an incomplete philosopher's stone basically. It has the ability of decomposition. He could use it to transmute objects or living beings. He stopped at the second step. He was famous for grabbing a person by the head and blowing their brains out of their skull. Both the Hokage and Doctor look shocked. And the sad thing is it's not the worst ability against Naruto, explains Senhursen. As Naruto sigh, from what I can understand I gained several abilities. Let me explain more, said Naruto. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below and turn on that bell notification as they posted. Remember share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, Woody, so get the hell out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.